Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Share the broadcast as you join. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you.
Promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in he said,
Welcome, 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 fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I thank you so much for joining me on the program. I'm very sorry I came late to the program. I was supposed to hold this program about 2 hours ago, and something happened. I couldn't be able to log in on time the way I'm supposed to do, the way we have always held the program. So the program was delayed 2 hours late, and now we are. I hope that other people can be able to key in. Maybe by tomorrow we start our normal program. So I'm going to just take a little bit of your time to do the needful and what we are supposed to do. So I am so sorry for coming late, later than when we are supposed to be. Normally, you know, on this very broadcast, we do this broadcast earlier than this, but something came up. So I appreciate you all who have been patient and able to join us now. Please, as you join, kindly share the broadcast. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share the broadcast to your family and friends. Share the broadcast to anybody that's close to you. Anybody that needs to hear us, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama, kindly share the broadcast to him so that him or her can be able to join us and we will do the needful. As you are watching today, you know what today is. Today is Monday. You know what we do on this very platform. This is a platform for the original IPOB under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, with the Biafra Republic government in exile and on the supreme leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand, and we will continue to remain there. We are not moving an inch. What we do on this platform is to encourage Biafrans, to inform Biafrans, to notify Biafrans about things that they have forgotten, to make sure that we let information get to Biafrans, and that is what we are doing today, as we have always done. No matter the obstacles, no matter the hindrances we see, we will always come here to sensitize Biafrans, and that is what we are doing right now. Today is sit at home in Biafran land. As you are watching, Biafran land is total lockdown today. As you are watching me, Biafran land is in total lockdown, and a lot is going on. And first of all, I have to appreciate every single person in Biafran land. Every man, every woman, every child, every individual in Biafran land, no matter how old you are, no matter how young, no matter poor, rich, whoever. I appreciate every one of you because you are to be in the front line and continue to do what you are doing, standing your ground against all intimidation, against all the attack, all the blackmail and propaganda that is coming right, left, and center. It is not easy to withstand it. But I thank Chukwu Okada that so many of us today are standing their ground. No matter what the enemy does, we are standing our ground. Today, they have resorted to emotional blackmail. What we see today in the Zoological Republic is emotional blackmail against the Biafran people. And some of us are falling into that emotional blackmail. I am going to speak more about this emotional blackmail in the evening. And I hope you will key in with me and hear the detail about the program. Today in Biafran land, everywhere is shut down under lock and key. Another referendum and another confirmation that Biafran people are willing and ready to go home. There is no amount of propaganda, No amount of blackmail, no amount of attack will stop us, from going home. Every single Biafran, wherever you live across the world, begin to prepare yourself. And as we have heard from our Prime Minister, if at the end of today, Mazen Nandekan is not released, watch and see the next package. We are going to open the gate of hell against the Sovereign Republic. The economic sanction that we have all agreed is going to be activated fully. For those of you who think that the sit at home is not affecting them, I hope you are not thinking the same way now. Those of you who are saying, why are you sitting at home? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You are suffering yourself, you are doing that. Now you begin to understand. I want you to get it into your head. There is no way anybody anywhere can dash you freedom. If you want freedom, it requires sacrifice, no matter how heavy it is. Some of you don't know the value of freedom. If you want to know the value of freedom, go and visit somebody who is in prison. Go to prison and visit somebody who has been jailed in prison. Then they can be able to explain to you the value of freedom. You will see that the only thing that matters to them is how to regain that freedom. Do what they want to do, express themselves, go out when they want to go out, eat when they want to eat. And anybody in detention in prison can do anything to set him or herself free. No amount, no price is too much to pay for freedom. No price is too much to pay. If you know the value of freedom, you will know that no price is too much to pay for freedom. That is why the Biafran people today, that is why the 70 million Biafran today are standing their ground, locking down Biafran land, regardless whatever. Initially, the blackmail they bring to us, emotional blackmail, they tell us, oh, how can you love Igbo people don't love their business? They are so business enlightened. They are so business entitled. Everywhere that the business, without business they cannot survive. Mad people everywhere. This is a blackmail that have been coming. And I challenge you wherever you are. Show me a country that did not make a sacrifice and they came to distance. Many of the countries we are celebrating today, they fought for their freedom. Some of them fought. People died because of them. People died. But in our own era, we are using the most legitimate and most peaceful means to air our opinion and set Biafra free. And we call for sit at home. When we call for sit at home, they preach their lies. They come to blackmail Biafrans. They do all manner of evil. And today, they are engaging on different kinds of strategies to stop us. But I tell you, the Biafra of today is not the Biafra of 1967. We have learned from our mistake. For every mistake our parents have made in the past, we are going to correct it and do it better and 100% better than it was before. If you don't know it now. The Biafrans are scattered all over the world, and we can be able to hold Nigeria ransom for as long as we want, for as long as they want. What we are demanding is for our legitimate right. And I repeat it again, do not allow anybody to blackmail you and make you feel as if you are committing any crime. If you are a genuine Biafran, that you are sitting at home because of the situation of people and your own situation, do not allow anybody to blackmail you, to make you feel and think that you are doing something wrong. There is nothing wrong in demanding for referendum. There's nothing wrong in demanding for self-determination. In fact, self-determination is the right of every human being. And every human being at a particular point in time, when they are oppressed, they will always ask for self-determination. Even naturally as we are born. Naturally, when you are born by your parents, when you grow, there's a stage you reach in life. You have to go on your own ways to build your own life, to have your own, either your husband or your wife, build your own family and raise your own family up according to your own standard. Not the standard of anybody, not the standard of your mother, your father, or whatever, according to your own standard. When you get to that stage of maturity, at this stage of maturity, you begin to apply for self-determination from your parents. And your parents will get the message. Either you apply directly or indirectly, they will get it right. And they have no choice than to allow you to have a home and build a family of your own the way and the standard you want it to be. This is a natural phenomenon. That is why international law supports it. African Chartered law supported. Even the Zoological Republic of Nigeria's law supports self-determination. But because of wickedness, because of envy, jealousy, because of hatred against the Biafran people, they have decided to blackmail self-determination to be a call for war. It is not a call for war. That is why every time we are talking about it, we have always used a civil approach. Right from the time our Supreme Master Nnamdi Kanu started the issue of Biafra, it has always been a civil approach. We are engaging on protest. He started by broadcasting, speaking on radio, broadcasting and educating Biafran people. Biafran people woke up and we went to the street. We were protesting in the street without arms, unarmed, only with the flag of Biafra. They opened fire and they took the life of Biafran people. Every time, even when we gather to pray in an open place, they open fire on Biafran people. Numerous Biafrans lost their life. We wrote to the international community, none of them listened. Amnesty International was present and they had information. We submitted pictures, we submitted videos to United Nations. Nothing was done until when we have gotten to our neck. And our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to establish a security outfit to secure our land from the enemies, from the terror enemies who are coming to take our life, all in the name of Islamizing Nigeria. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that, all hell break loose. They planned their evil to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away. They planned that, and they were able to penetrate into our midst and took some people who betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they kidnapped him and kept him captive. After they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they thought that it is over, that they can now decimate Biafrans and take their life, they didn't know that Chukwu Okabia will have another plan. They didn't know that Chukwu Okabia have already prepared our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa took up the mantle. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa is speaking on behalf of Biafrans on different platforms, on different fronts, undeterred. Mazi Simon Ekpa today have activated the self-defense of Biafran land. And let me tell you, self-defense is the right of every human being. That is another thing you have to bear in mind. Do not allow anybody to tell you not to defend yourself. Even animals, even plant defend themselves. Plants, you see the plant, when you plant a plant, if there is any hindrance on top of that plant will look for another way to escape and spring out. If you plant a plant to cover it and put something on top, he will look for a way to spring out and find a place, he have a comfortable place to stay. If you want to kill an animal, they will fight you and fight you to secure themselves. Self-defense is the right of every living thing. If animals and plants can defend themselves, how much more a human being? So do not allow anybody anywhere to make you feel as if you are committing a crime by defending yourself. Do not allow anybody anywhere to make you feel as if you are doing something that no one has done it before. Everything we are doing today is legal and legitimate. Whatever we are doing today is a legal action. We are taking a legal action. We are not trying to take over anybody. We are not trying to destroy any life. Neither are we trying to do anything that is illegitimate. I can see my beloved sister Diana. Thank you so much for joining. Diana, it's been a long time. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Diana. So wherever you are watching from, please, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okabia, share this video to all platforms. The time has come for the Biafran people to have their freedom. Today, you can understand and know that everything we are doing to set Biafran people free is legitimate by law. We are not committing any crime. For a very long time, they have preaching this lie, they have been pushing this propaganda, they have pushing this confusion, including making our prime minister to look as the bad man. But today, even their own media has confirmed that our prime minister is the good guy. You had a 9 Post report. The 9 Post news report, they said that Mazi Simon Ekpa, the prime minister of Biafran Republic of in exile, is not responsible for the insecurity in Biafran land. We have been shouting and saying this time and time again. Go back and you check many videos I've made. I have been shouting and saying the people that are responsible for the insecurity in Biafran land are the government itself. Nigerian government itself is sponsoring the insecurity in Biafran land through the governors, through the politicians. And for a very long time, they have been hiding under cover. They have been hiding under cover, not until when their cover was blown open. They couldn't hide anymore. Today, they are confessing. That is why you saw Asare Dokubo confessing and telling you that Asare Dokubo was contracted by Muhammad Buhari. Can you believe that? That the Muhammad Buhari of all people, the late Muhammad Buhari of all people, contracted Asare Dokubo to engage the ESN, to begin to take the life of innocent people in Biafran land, to cause confusion, to blackmail the ESN. He came to confess that he is responsible for that. After so many years, even when he was pretending to be fighting against Buhari, you see how important the spirit of Biafra is. You see how strong the spirit of Biafra is. Biafra is a spirit, and you cannot do anything against Biafra, you go free. You can't do anything against Biafra, you go free. This is how you know a divine mission. A divine mission. Things unravel by themselves. Without you putting an effort, things begin to unravel. Today we have seen a lot of things being unraveled in different areas. The enemies of Biafrans can no longer pretend, they can no longer hide. Today they are in the open. You know them, I know them. Except you are pretending, except you are just trying to, I don't know how to say. Every single Biafran living on the planet today, we know who the enemy is, including those who are among us. They can't hide anymore. They can't hide anymore. And I thank you today. The Biafran people all over the world are watching and they are seeing what is happening clearly. That is why today Biafran land is locked down. Today is the 7th day of the 7-day long lockdown in Biafran land. We have been taking it for 7 days. And for that 7th day, Biafran people have cooperated excellently well. That was why yesterday, our Prime Minister relaxed the seat at home yesterday. He relaxed yesterday and today said that we are going to go on to lock down the place finally today. And today is the last day. And I can tell you, today, the last day, the videos that are coming, information that are coming, and people on the ground are confirming that Biafran land is total lockdown. 101% compliance. This is a shocking revelation, and this is a confirmation that the Biafran people are willing and ready to go home. They are willing and very much ready to go home. And I bet you, no man born of a woman can stop us from going. No one person can stop the will of the people. The will of people will go on. Because the Biafrans have declared their readiness, because the Biafrans have opened up that they want to go, there is nothing you can do on the planet Earth to stop it. Nothing. And it's going to be successful because we are moving according to the mandate of Chukwu Kabema. We are not just doing it because we want to do it. That is why I tell people, when you see Master Simon Ekpa mount the podium, when you see Master Simon Ekpa sit on his platform and give order or say something at Biafra, it is not him that is saying it. There is something superior in him that is giving the message. That is why each time he say, I tell you, whatever you hear from our Prime Minister Master Simon Ekpa, put it to your heart. Do not take it for a joke. Do not take it for a joke. Today you have seen numerous progress have made with all the attack that have been made against him for more than 2 years. Everyone against Master Simon Ekpa. They called him a terrorist. They called him a troublemaker, including going to Finland to begin to report him that he's the one causing the problem in Finland. As they are going in Finland to report him, in their Republic of Zoological Republic, a newspaper is telling us that Master Simon Ekpa is not responsible for the insecurity. What a shame. What a big blow. You see, Chukwu Okikabema have his way of fighting the battle. When Chukwu Okikabema want to do something, he doesn't even require your effort. He doesn't require your help. Chukwu Okikabema will do what he wants to do when he wants to do it, and nothing will stop it. That is why I tell you, each time you are looking at Biafra, look beyond the physical. Each time you talk about Biafra or you are looking at Biafra, look beyond the physical. Don't limit your mind or your heart or your thinking to the physical things you see. Put your mind in the spiritual. And after you have made your confirmation spiritual, whatever your confirmation is, put it to work in the physical and you will see it manifest. That is exactly what is happening in the Biafra struggle. The victory of the Biafran people have won spiritually. It has been won spiritually. It is the responsibility of those who are there now. What you see our Prime Minister of America doing is bringing that thing that have been done spiritually to the physical. And it requires work, it requires effort, it requires commitment, it requires consistency. That is where you have to come in. That is where I have to come in. We must remain consistent in every step we are taking. Listen to our Prime Minister. Every single order he gives, I beg you in the name of Chukwukeme, for your own sake, for your own future, you must obey it. We have been too long in this desert. We have been too long in this desert, and it is time for us to go home. It is time for us to go home. We have wasted a lot of time in this desert. It is now time for us to go home. There is nothing to wait for. And I appreciate every Biafran. The confirmation is coming on daily basis, showing that Biafran people are willing and ready to go. We are all willing and ready to go. We have suffered enough. We have complained enough. We have waited enough. At the particular point in time, the area we are now, it is a time for us to leave. The only thing you have to do is to put your word to action. Listen to the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic and put every single instruction he gives to work. Some of you have been asking a question for a very long time. Some of you Biafrans have been asking a question, where is the roadmap? Some people have been deceiving themselves with that question of roadmap. How do you achieve this Biafra? How do you achieve this Biafra? Today, our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic have spelled it out in ABC on how we are going to get Biafra. It is no longer a mystery. It is in the open. It is on video. You can be able to look through it and see him following that same thing he told you is what he's following. Biafra is very close. And we are going to get Biafra in 2023. Biafra is very, very close. Closer than you can ever imagine. Today, every single thing we are doing is leading us to Biafra. It's left for you to open your eyes and don't allow yourself to be left behind. Do not allow yourself. The strategy and steps to take and get into Biafra has been spelled out. All you need to do is to follow it. The gate is open. Walk into that gate and you'll find yourself in Biafra. And if you refuse to walk into it, you will continue to wander in the wilderness. I urge every Biafran that is watching, wherever you're watching from, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama, remain consistent. Share this video to all platforms. Remain consistent. We are going home in 2023, and no man born of a woman can stop it. If we cannot be able to achieve Biafra in 2023, it is because of you. It is because of you. If we fail to enter Biafra in 2023, if it's been prolonged more than 2023, it is because of you that is watching me. It is because of you, Biafrans. The roadmap to enter Biafra is wide open. Our Prime Minister of Biafra have busted open every locked doors, every closed doors, every hindrances. The door is wide open. The only thing that's left is for Biafra to walk through that door into Biafra. I thank Chukwu Okikabem at the same time that Biafrans are listening. This very 7 days sit at home, it revealed a lot. It revealed the preparation of Biafran people. And remember, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile, told us where we are heading. After this very stage, if they refuse to release Mazi Nandegano, which we know that the Pharaoh will never listen, it is certain that Pharaoh will never let go. After this very state at home, we are going to enter another street, the economic sanction that is going to strangle the Zoological Republic completely. You know, they come with their black men, they say, our seat at home, that is only we that is suffering, it's only us, it doesn't affect them. I can tell you today, those who are saying that are no longer saying it. They are no longer saying it. They have seen that the seat at home in Biafran land has become a thorn on their flesh. It has become a headline, both international and local. You cannot browse the news of Nigeria without talking about the seat at home, without talking about Mazi Nandegano. And we are going to open the second stage of it. On that second stage, our Prime Minister have announced and said that palliative will be added. For Biafran people, if you think that palliative, your stomach is going to make you to gamble with your freedom, don't worry, we are going to help you. There will be palliative to alleviate whatever challenge you're going to face. In this next phase, it might last for 1 month, it might last for 2 months, it might last for 3 months. Wait for the announcement whenever it's been made so they can follow up. And for the Zoological Republic and their people, the strangulation of every means of income, whatever resources they are getting from Biafra land, mainly the oil exploration, it is going to be grounded to ground zero. It will be grounded to zero. The oil exploration in Biafra land will be stopped. The man in the creek should wait for us. We are going to engage the man in the creek with his pipeline. You know, he doesn't know when he touched the tail of the tiger. He collected a contract from the arch enemy of the Biafran people, and he renewed the contract with the Baron, who is another arch enemy of Biafran people, and he boasted about it, brandished his AK-47, and he threatened the people of Chukwukabiama. He should prepare and wait for us. The next battle is coming to his doorstep. We are going to take it to him, and we will tell him that even in his own village, there are hardcore Biafrans in his own village. The bloated pig who has continued to spit every time, he will realize that in his own village, there are hardcore Biafrans. And if referendum is conducted, even in his own family, in his family, people in his family are going to vote for Biafra when referendum is going to be conducted. When referendum is conducted, I think, you know, Chukwukabiama does his thing in a way that a human being cannot understand. If you can see one of his videos where he was calling that he should let the Igbos go, even though he was making that call, not with sincerity, even though he was making that call with deception, you can see him in that very language that he realizes the power of Biafran people, and he knows there are people in his own village who are Biafran. That was why in that video he said, let the Igbos go, and every other person that want to go with them should go. When I heard that word, I laughed. He didn't know when it came out of him. That is the power of Biafra. That is the spirit of Biafra speaking through him. He didn't know when he made that statement. Chukwukabiama used that. When he went back to re-watch that statement, he will regret why he said that. He will regret why he said, you know, he was pushing and saying, let the Igbos go, let the Igbos go, let the Igbos. And he went ahead to say, and every other person who is willing to go with them. Chukwukabiama is wonderful. Chukwukabiama, yeah, that confirmation alone, that confirmation showed you that there are numerous people, even in his own household, who are willing to go along with Biafra. And he said, let them go. In as much as we know he's not a sincere call, in as much as we know he's an irrelevant person, but I tell you, let the referendum be conducted. Already, from all the things that you're happy to do, you can already see the result of the referendum. You can see clearly the result of referendum. It is not a made-up story. This is something that is bound to happen. It doesn't matter whether they agree on. You have heard our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister has spelled it out in ABC that referendum we hold with or without the international community, with or without the approval. When we are going to do our self-referendum, we are going to invite them to come and monitor. The United Nations will be invited. The EU will be invited. Nigerian government itself will be notified. Every other government of the world will be invited to come and witness the referendum. Whether they come or they do not, at least we have fulfilled all righteousness by giving them invitation to come. And that referendum is going to be conducted very soon. That is the next stage we are entering. And after that referendum, the Biafran Liberation Army will come out fully to defend our territory. We are going to defend our territory without looking back. And then they will now begin to understand the language which is being spoken. You see, some of you are taking this thing as if it's a child's play. Is it going to be easy? It is not going to be easy. But because Chukwukabiama sent us, it is going to be as easy as ABC. And I tell you as a Biafran, do not exercise any fear. Do not walk by sight. Walk by the Spirit. Do not walk according to what you see. Don't base your argument on what you see. Don't begin to look at the physical. Look beyond the physical. There are several examples. Majority of Biafran people are Christians. And there are several examples in Christianity and in other religions where Chukwukabiama have done wonderful things. Where Chukwukabiama fought the battle for people with nothing. He fought people. Example of the Israelites. Chukwukabiama only told them, go and possess the possession. All they need to do is just to obey that instruction. Obey that. Simple as short. Just obey that instruction. As long as you obey that instruction, don't worry how it's going to be. No matter the amount of weapon you have, just like the children of Israel were told to go and possess the promised land. They went there, they saw giants. What they saw actually, in the real sense, we are giants. people who are triple of them, who can stumble on them, people who they cannot stand. That was why the false people that gave report. That report they gave, it was not a false report. That wasn't what they see. That was what they see. But as a child of God, they are not supposed to, as children of Chukwu, they're not supposed to walk by sight. They are supposed to walk in the spirit and see beyond the physical. The people who were sent were carnal. They used their carnal eyes and they saw things and they were scared and afraid. But when the people who had the spiritual eye were sent, they went there. They couldn't see the giant. All they saw was the armies of Chukwu around. And they told the people, we can get the land. Even though there are people there, we can possess the land. And the children of Israel marched, went in and took over that land undeterred. There is another promise. You see, whenever Chukwu makes a promise, all you need to do is to obey, key in and walk towards it. I'm not saying you just believe and fold your hand. When you get a prophecy, you walk towards that prophecy to make it materialize. The prophecy of the coming of Biafra as the last miracle of the planet Earth, which our supreme leader, that prophecy is a reality. The prophecy of Biafra is a real prophecy, and Biafra will come whether you like it or you don't. It will, whether you fight for it or you don't fight for it. Whether even if all of you decide not to fight, Chukwu can use an enemy to bring Biafra. Yes, he will. But what we have to do is to walk towards that prophecy. If you sincerely and genuinely want your freedom, if you really, really want to be free, you have to walk towards that prophecy. Walk towards it and get your freedom. And walk out of this very entity called Nigeria that is holding everybody captive. Not until you do that, you will continue to parabolate. The time has come when we have to look beyond the physical. If you are not touched with what is happening in Biafra land today, with the amount, the response that the Biafran people are given in this very seat at home, if you are not touched, you will never be touched again. If you are not touched with the kind of victory our Biafra Republic government in exile Prime Minister is getting, if you cannot be proud with the success we are making, I don't know what else will make you be confident and proud. We have made a lot of success. With all the attack challenges and plans for attacks that are coming from right, left, and center, our Prime Minister is making progress. Making way. Even anytime you see a major propaganda, he catapults to another level. Anytime there is a major propaganda against him, you will see him stepping up to another level. It is not by work. It is not by might. It is by the grace of Chukwu that those things are happening. And if you are not yet a believer of what Chukwu can do for us, then keep your faith to yourself. Believe in whatever you believe and watch us get Biafra. Where you are going to get your end is when you begin to stand as a hindrance. If you stand as a hindrance, we are going to so crush you. We are going to so crush you that you will not reincarnate. Because we are talking about the life of 70 million people. In order to save those lives, we can do anything undoable. Anything can be put on the line to make sure that the life of 7 million Biafrans is saved. It is not a joke. It's not a child's play. We know the enemy we are up against. They will never give up. They will never stop trying. But I bet you, they have made their march and their end is near. What you are seeing now is the fight of a dying horse. And they will not survive it. Not for too long. In a very short while, it is going to be over. I bet you. Believe me, in a very short while, everything you are seeing today is going to end. And you'll be glad that you were part of it. That is why we are calling today. Any place you are today as a Biafran, try as much as possible to be part of the miracle. Be part of this miracle. It is about to happen. It is about to happen. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it. It is going to happen before your own very eyes. You are going to sleep in Nigeria and you wake up in Biafra. It is going to happen. It is not about you believing it. It's not even about you working to, even if you refuse to work for it, there are thousands and millions of people who are ready to bring Biafra to reality. Mazen Nandekanu made that major prayer. In his last days, when we saw him, he made that very prayer. And Chukwu Okikabiyama answered that prayer in speed. He asked Chukwu Okikabiyama, send to me people who are born from their mother's womb to fight for Biafra and make Biafra a reality. When he offered that prayer, Chukwu Okike answered with speed. And today, Chukwu Okike did not only give Mazen Nandekano 100 men, he gave him thousands. He gave him thousands. He has used the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria, who is 50 men in one. He has used him today to give courage to thousands of Biafrans who have been hanging by the side. And finally today, the IPOB of Mazen Nandekano, the IPOB that Mazen Nandekano told us about, the IPOB that Mazen Nandekano told you that they are white and whiter than white, the IPOB that Mazen Nandekano told you that they are consistency personified, the IPOB that Mazen Nandekano told you that they are indestructible. Finally, they have gathered together. Finally, they have been recovered by the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile. Today, the government of Biafra Republic in exile are doing marvelous work, uniting everybody under IPOB, taking steps to lead us home. That is why today we no longer speak as an organization. As I'm speaking here, on behalf of Biafra Republic government in exile, I am speaking for the government of Biafra. I am not speaking for an organization. We are promoting government of Biafra in exile, which Mazi Simon Ekpa is the leader. We are talking about our de facto government in Biafra land. Our de facto government in homeland has also been activated, and I can tell you, they are doing their job. They are already doing their job. So wherever you are watching, I urge you to stand firm. Remember, the inauguration of our head office in the USA, the inauguration has been postponed to September. The inauguration of the head office in USA has been postponed to September because of the solidarity march that will be held in Finland. The Biafran people will have a solidarity march on the 18th of this month. 18th of this month in Finland. That was why that very inauguration was postponed. So we are going to have the solidarity march in Finland to let the world know that there are people who sent Mazi Simon Ekpa. He's not working by himself. And if you can be able to attend that very solidarity march, if you can be able, any place you are in the Europe, more especially people in Europe, if you are a well-meaning Biafran, if you are part of the original IPOB and you are in Europe, you should be in Finland for that solidarity march. I think on the 18th. You should be in Europe for that solidarity march. Every one of us should be there. Let the world know that there are people that sent Mazi Simon Ekpa on errand. Let them know there are people that sent him on errand. He's not just working on himself. And it will be done. We are going home, Biafrans. Any place you are watching this program from, wherever you are watching me from in Biafra land, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you. Every one of us today who has been doing wonderful things in one way or the other, who has been participating in one way or the other, who has been making differences, I urge you to continue to hold on where you are holding. Continue to do that thing you are doing. Continue to add meanings to people's life. We are going home. Unyaga na one near. Unyaga na one near. At this stage we are now, we are entering into even more than seeking on baby. The more we proceed to the end of the road, the more it becomes harder. But at the end of the road, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light already. We are almost very, very close. And the light is shining so bright. The light is shining so bright. That is why I can't wait for us to get to the end. As we proceed and go, you have to brace yourself up. Brace yourself up. Don't fall into emotional blackmail. They have used that against us for a very long time. For a very long time, they have been blackmailing us, telling you, oh, people are business. How can people, you know how their livelihood, the only means of livelihood they have is business. How can you tell them to shut up their shop? If they shut up their shop, they cannot eat. How can the woman who is carrying Gary in the road, who is frying akara, how can she make her money? Absolute nonsense. All these are dumbfounded arguments, which doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. If we have Biafra today, we cannot have such kind of poverty where people will be eating just from hand to mouth. If you are frying akara in the coming Biafra, it will be fried in a professional way. And you don't have to cry, you don't have to speak about frying akara as if it's something that only a poor man can do. Rich people can also do it as a business. People can also make it as a big business. So don't allow anybody to blackmail you. Every single one of them that is talking about this very sit at home and they're not to stop, they have ulterior motives. What is their ulterior motive? They are only trying to stifle us and stop us from doing what is happening. They are only trying to play the card for the Zolaka Republic. They're only working for the caliphate. That is why they have tried. And they see, oh, Chukwu Okukabiyama, you are so wonderful. Chukwu Okukabiyama is so wonderful. You knew what happened when we were protesting. When Mazen Nandekano was leading IPOB on protest, you saw what happened. They came with this same propaganda. They said Mazen Nandekano is killing Biafran people. Mazen Nandekano is leading Biafran people to slaughter. Mazen Nandekano is exposing Biafran people to danger. Mazen Nandekano doesn't care about people. Mazen Nandekano doesn't care about his people's life. He's exposing people. He's in abroad and sending people for protest. It was blame game everywhere. Until Mazen Nandekano went on his knees. And Chukwu Okukabiyama reminded him of sit at home. Let me tell you, this sit at home you see today was gotten from the furnace of prayer. The sit at home action was gotten from the furnace of prayer. That is why it is doing a marvelous deal. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it. You cannot stop it. No matter who you think you are. Anybody that makes any move to stop sit at home, that is your end. Be you a politician, be you a traditional ruler, whoever you are, and you make any move to stop the sit at home, that marks your end. Chukwu Okukabiyama himself will neutralize every powers that you have. Chukwu Okukabiyama will neutralize everything that stands for you. And that's exactly what will happen. You saw when the criminal in Anambra State, Soludo, came into power. When Soludo came into power, there was so much hope. So much hope. He went to the extent of visiting prison and promising to release members of YPOB in prison. Today, instead of Soludo releasing those people, Soludo have turned around and begin to fight against Biafra. Soludo made the sit at home his enemy, made Biafra people his enemy. Today, where is he? Do you see anybody talking about Soludo again? Soludo, who was then a celebrity governor, that people were so much talking about him. But because he came forth to fight against Biafra today he is nobody. Soludo is nobody. Soludo is as if he doesn't exist anymore. Challenge the sit at home. Challenge the Biafran struggle. Challenge the freedom of the people, and you will never remain the same. Look at the criminal in Imo State. Criminal in Imo State cannot sleep in his home anymore. Imo State is so hot for him that he can't survive in Imo State anymore. He's literally living in Abuja. And it will remain so until we take over our land completely, and the Biafran de facto government in exile, the de facto government in homeland, we take over. Are you talking about the clown, the certificate forger in Enugu State? A man that forged certificate, and now you think you can blackmail Biafra to use yourself to bring yourself into power. And that is what they do. Each time you see these people, they always betray. They always betray. And that is why they do not have the word of their own. They cannot stand for their people and speak like people, because the people, they manipulated their way into that position. And because they manipulated their way into that position, some conditions were given to them. Some people are playing gods to them. Some people dictate to them what they do and what they don't do. Support the Zolaka Republic. He will continue to support the enemy against his own people. This is what we have seen again and again, and we cannot allow this to continue to happen. Oh, what is going on? They have suddenly come to attack the program, but whatever happened, I think we are almost getting to an end, and we cannot allow them to hold us ransom. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you're connected from. If you joined us from Biafran land, you joined from Asia, from Europe, from America, I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for connecting. Wherever you have connected from, I thank you so much for connecting, and I'm going to meet you again later tomorrow. But tomorrow we're going to have our broadcast. The normal time we should have our broadcast, we'll have our broadcast. If you have time, join me in the evening for more explanation and more words on this very emotional blackmail that they're throwing against us. Thank you so much, Biafrans. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect you wherever you are in Biafran land. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect all Biafrans, all the people that are genuinely seeking for freedom. May Chukwu come and God and protect the ESN, God and protect the Biafran Liberation Army, God and protect the BNL, God and protect the leader, God and protect all the media warriors, God and protect the Umada, God and protect all those who are genuinely seeking for freedom. God and protect our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria. May Chukwu come and God and protect our Supreme Leader, wherever he is. We pray that the Chukwu Okekabia will continue to guard and protect our Supreme Leader, also protect our Prime Minister wherever he is, and keep him for us. On this day, sit at home. May Chukwu Okekabia protect our people. We shall not lose any soul. Everyone that has participated in this very sit at home, may Chukwu Okekabia open the gate of heaven and pour out blessing for them. Everything they lay their hand going forward shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember, see you again next time. Bye-bye.